Hello, everyone. My name is Kira, and welcome back. This is episode 20 of our Let's Play Sunless, guys, and we're starving. Oh, God. I had lunch right before I did this, thank God. Anyway. Starvation! The crew are starving, hollow faces and wide wolfish eyes. How could the cold bite your narrow bodies? It's hard as diamonds and sharp as tooth. How do you stop this damned shivering? Work aside your crew. Can the toil warm you? Can companionship? Yeah, let's do that. Success! The exertion drives back the cold, but the company's muted. Are the crew comforted by your presence or stifled by it? I don't know. I don't care. We're starving. We need to try to find port. I'm looking. We're flying aimlessly in the void. Starving. I have a feeling if I starve long enough, we're going to die. So, yeah. I am so sorry that Zeus was not able to last very long, despite his name. If we miraculously find a port, that would be amazing. But I don't really think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, oh, shaking hands, stomach pangs, delirium. It's only a matter of time before the accidents began. A corpse has been found in the engine room. A ruptured pipe released a fatal jet of steam. The body's flesh is seared. A sound from the gathered crew. Someone just licked their lips. Oh! Oh no! We can eat them! No! Give the body to Skies, man. We're not gonna, you know, let us, turn into cannibals. What are we going to do? Oh no, we found a port. I think this is a port. This has got to be a port. This has got to be a port. London? Oh, give the body to the skies again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Is this London port? Oh, please say it's a port. It is a port! I just went in the freaking wrong direction. Um, um, you get it, Terror of Terror. I don't care. Just let me just quickly dock before we starve to death. Oh, dock. I don't care. We are not starving to death. Ooh, hang on. Shop. Bazaar. Supplies! Gotta buy like 7 supplies. And 1 fuel. Because, hello, what I need most is what matters at the moment. Right, let's get back to actually dealing with the fact that we've, almost lost our captain. But anyway. London's chief station, draped in Union Jacks and studded with bronze bust of her enduring majesty. The platform crowded with people. If the thrones of ours is London's heart, this is its carotid artery? Carotid artery. I think that's how you pronounce it. Carotid artery sounds a lot better. Yes, that's the word. Right, my auntie's... What? Hello, aunt. Dear God. Somehow she has found her way into the high wilderness. She is trying to get your attention with frantic wavings of her horrible hat. I know you've seen me. Listen, I'm quite exhausted with my possibilities here. I am a serviceable quartermaster. I have friends everywhere, and my scones are to die for. How's that for a curriculum vitae? Now, lend me a board. Is she even your real aunt? Either way, you'll have to deal with her. Well, why not? Employ your aunt as a quartermaster. We don't have a quartermaster, so that could actually be useful because we have 3 first officers, and that's a bit too much. But we're going to go with establishment. No, we have more Bohemia anyway. And with our affiliations, we might want to try to push towards certain things. I don't know. But anyway. Filial piety demands as much, and she does make damn fine scone. Well, let's go. Come on, Auntie. On board you come. She smiles with a sincere delight. Here, take my bag. Her bag is very heavy. And my hat. Her hat is also very heavy. Your crew are alarmed when she boards your engine. Their alarm is only increased when she begins to pass comment. After a thorough survey of your locomotive, she graces you with a smile. There is work to be done. She has extracted gossip from you before she is even boarded. This woman is skilled. Well, there you go. We've lost all savage secrets now. Great, thanks, Aunt. Let's get some crew going, because we've lost some crew because they starved to death. But we didn't eat them, and that's what's important. Even when we were starving to death and I thought we weren't going to come across a port, we did not bow to cannibalism. So that's a good thing. Anyway, let's explore London. Liberated from her prison below the earth and elevated to the heavens, prickled with chimneys mantled in sooty smog, here are the old, proud buildings transported block by pale block to the sky. Here are the edifices of soaring steel and stone and gleaming glass, the ultimate achievement of Victorian ambition unhampered by terrestrial concerns. London is a feverish brew of aspiration, empire, and appetite. Patriotism, yay! Wander the streets. How often does one find themselves with a spare moment in London? A day in London. The air is sulphurous today? Yeah. Is a brass embassy hosting visiting dignitaries? Or perhaps there's a fire in the factories. The sky is red over the throne. Right, that's it. Okay, well, that wasn't very much of interest. Oh, we can fulfill the thing with the captain's thing. To find the address given in Captain Whitlaw's will, you make your way through the little-used streets in one of London's lower, smoggier levels. Once on a secluded courtyard flanked by backs of warehouses and factories stands a tall grey house with one door and no windows. When you knock, a blind butler answers, "Yes?" Deliver the black box. Fulfill Captain Whitlaw's last request. End of the line. The butler is pleased. "Oh, our resident has arrived. Please bring him in. Everything has been prepared according to Captain Whitlock's instructions." What? Right. As you maneuver the black box inside, you ask what the instructions were. "She has arranged for Master Jacob's oh my god, I can't pronounce things today. Indeed, every day, but it's just a bit worse today. She has arranged for Master Jacob's convalescence with us. I understand that the young gentleman has suffered from prolonged illness, which has left him unable to speak and afflicted him with a delicate disposition. The affairs of the house has been organized in such a way as to never inconvenience him. He will require no visitors. An extensive library has been provided for his edifices. Privacy is paramount." With the box in place, the butler produces a key from his pocket but waits for you to leave before using it. "Thank you for your assistance, my lady. If Amelia were here with us, she would thank you. Good day. You leave the house without the windows behind. The matter of Captain Whitlock's legacy has been finally discharged. We have gained 1 savage secret, 1 sky story, 2,000 experience points, and we've met our requirement. Well done. Go us. How much money do we need we need 5,000. Okay. We don't have that. The Silken Saloon. The generous princess manages many affairs of court. She cultivates alliances, forms opinions, sets trends, makes introductions, suggests promotions, and dismantles reputations. She attracts rumors like a lantern attracts moths. It is said that she fears the light of the suns, and a gift is inevitably destroyed and her gifts inevitably destroy the recipients. She can sometimes be found in a saloon where she welcomes visiting captains. Well, let's share we can share gossip. Ooh. Connect your generous princess with your cryptic benefactor. Okay, we've got 2 of those, so why not? 300 sovereigns and 250 experience. She examines your benefactor's credentials with a magnifying glass, and she asks you to wait in the parlor while she conducts discreet inquiries. Wine, as red as the Empire's heart and cheese soft as Her Highness's voice, is brought for you. When she returns, she's smiling brilliantly. I think we shall be the greatest of friends. Well, we've got one cryptic benefactor left, but 300 sovereigns and 250 experience. Why not? Let's share a gossip. Yeah, share saloon stewed gossip. The princess adds another spoonful of honey to her tea and offers you a dazzling smile. Really? How scandalous! Don't worry, those secrets are safe with me. Of course they are. Right. We can donate ministry stamp things, etc. We've hired on people. We've explored London. Let's visit the Office of Works. The Office of Works is a bustling bureaucratic enigma. Behind its red brick flanked labours, numberless clerks and surveyors. What mysteries lurk within its memoranda? Is it cheat and its receipt? What exactly are its infamous works? No one is sure, but in a drafty? Loading bay. An unflappable foreman purchased supplies and complete outstanding work orders. Offer your services. The Office of Works, God bless her, has been particular requirements. Very particular. Let's have a look. Okay. They need 3 barrels of unseasoned hours and a ministry stamped permit. I don't know where to get one of those, but sure. Ask if there are any other opportunities available. Great impression. Well, I don't know. I really don't. Orders are strictly meant to be done in priority order. Don't like bending the rules like this, I must say. Where would the Empire be? But they also need 2 kettles of dry tea and a vision of heavens. I have that. Order 9821-C. Properly urgent, this one. I'm parched. Spinning a tail. The foreman cracks the lid and inhales a noseful of the scent. It would be too much to suggest that this is the fabled midnight tea that grows beneath the black sun, but perhaps you intimate that it contains a leaf or two of that priceless plant. The foreman is intrigued and pays you promptly. 300 sovereigns, and we've gotten 10 the strength of the sun. I don't know what that means. But we have lost 1 vision of the heavens, that's fine. Alright. Take my leave. Does it come up like prospects? No, it doesn't. Right. Well, we can visit the shops. Is there... Oh, there's a bazaar. We might be able to get some prospects here. Prospects, yes. Claimed and claimed. What are they? 3 quackeries for the macabre counselor in the serene mausoleum. And Fruits of the Labour is ministry approved literatures for the Clockwork Sun. We've got 2 of those, but they need 3 more than that. We'll have a look. Hang on, there's other places to visit. Steam and Sapphire Yards. Its engineers will conduct brisk locomotive repairs for visiting captains, but their chief responsibility is the production of small but essential components used by a dozen different engine manufacturers. Alright, let's fully repair our hull. There we go, our repair is done. Let's visit the tobacco shop. The sign over the door once read, Macquarie and Sons Fine Tobacco, but since then someone has crossed out the word fine in a fit of honesty. Then on a separate, more ominous occasion they have crossed out and Son. The building is embarked on a rapid descent into squalor. The paint peels, the windows are creaked with grimace. Well, let's inspect the wares. The selection is impressive, as is the quality. Neither Albion nor the Reach has found genuinely good replacement for tobacco, though increasingly frantic smokers have tried lighting up virtually every sample of Scariflora that has been discovered. A few Scarifarers mill about, examining the low-grade flavors, and speculating on how on exactly what Macquarie is cutting them with today. The more expensive brands are untouched in their glass cases. You wonder how this place managed to stay open if it weren't for the fact that it's so obviously on the brink of closure and probably collapse. Well, there's nothing else I can do there. I'll leave them be. Investigate rumors of an underground railway. Well, there you go. Um, you've heard of less than legal organizations operating out of the Steam and Sapphire yards. They pay for information and may offer to work to the bold and clever and those willing to displease Her Majesty. We're not really into that, are we? No, not at the moment. Ministry of Public Decency. Because we want to be staying on the side of the London. Like, we failed miserably in the reach, but we might be able to go back and remedy that. We'll see. But anyway. Whitewashed buildings near the Throne of Hours crammed with a top-headed horde of auditors, inspectors, and correctors. The ministry curates a notion of Britishness with all the care of lepidopterist pinning a butterfly to a board. Right. The Ministry of Public Decency. Let's go and have a look. We can get reports and stuff. A huge horseshoe-shaped building of white stone, white columns, clocks, and iron gates. Inside the walls are panelled with dark wood. Crimson carpets, worn by frequent passage, flood the doors. Within its cubbyhole offices, auditors toil to protect the sensibilities of Londoners here in the heathen sky. Well, how do you think we should be of use? Do we want to deal with them? Oh, we can trade favors for ministry stamped permits, cryptic benefactors, which we can then sell to the princess. Invitation to perjurance. Wow, mass balls and stuff. Royal dispensation. Hmm. But what happens if we go to the hours? What do they do? Oh. Tick, tick, tick. Albion's heartbeat. Clocks of diverse size and shape line the walls of this small grey office. Each is meticulously tuned by the royal horologist and inspectors as practice for the thankless complex task of ensuring the consistency of time across Her Renewed Majesty's territories. Speak to the chief horologist. He sits hunched in the thick grey blanket, his crow-like stare fixes on a dissembled clock. Its gears are almost too small for the eye to see. Well, one empire, one time, one date. Okay, cool. Harumph. Times change, I've heard. Well, not if I have any say in it. He reaches for a pair of tweezers, the pins is barely thicker than a human hair. The time in London must be time in Brabazon, in Welbury, in New Winchester, in Lustrum to the second. It's a privilege and duty of this office to ensure their continuity. He sniffs. A task that was considerably easier before we began spending hours like shillings and sixpences. Now it must be yesterday in one place and next week in another. It's most untidy. Of course it is, sir. Well, we've already spoken to him. Let's look at the clocks of Albion. A breathtaking work of engineering. Only the finest engineers were permitted to work on it. Every component is encased in polished glass. The hand, sharp enough to slice paper, slides between the exquisitely carved numerals with butter smoothness. Only the second hand is permitted to jump from moment to moment, and it does so with the precision of a military march. It's just for tourists, of course, grumbles a blue-eyed apprentice. Albion's time is really based on the old tick-tock man's pocket watch. He keeps us straight. Except that time on his 90th birthday, when he had one too many and the whole Albion lost 2 hours. Oh, lovely. Well, let's look at the array of clocks. Despite the vast distance involved and the complicating effects of local hour usage, all the clocks show the same time. Each of London's territories is expected to run on Albion Standard Time, but London is a long way from them. Despite being a commandment from the Empress's own lips. It is a law that is more often breached than observed. Ask about the nature of ours. The chief horologist doesn't bother to hide the weariness in his voice. No, despite these imaginative claims of certain penny dreadfuls, ours can't take you back to yesterday, nor leapfrog tomorrow. But with the use of our looms, a week's journey can be made to take a day, or a prisoner can endure 10 years of his sentence while only 1 year has passed outside his cell. A work world can perform a month's labor in a week. A lifespan can be stretched. An empire, my lady, runs on hours. Oh, lovely. Ask about employment. The horologist looks surprised at your inquiry. Horologists tend to be cut from a specific cloth, rather grey of fabric than the rest worn by a skyfarer. However, you have the right to take on an examination if you wish. He blows off the dust of a textbook and bids you to sit down. No calculation devices or writing implements are permitted. Huh? What? What? The chief horologist peers over the book. If the current time in Perdurance is exactly 17:15 of the clock and time that it is in Albion is 18:34, what, pray tell, time is the current time in Lustrum? Hurry up. Lustrum time should be 18:34. Because is that your answer? Very well, you shall continue. And now the tricky one, perhaps. A clock from Brabazon Workworld arrives at 11:30 in London. The current time shows on the Master Brabazon clock, he winces, is 14:30. If the train looks exactly 1 hour to make the journey, it does not, of course. I merely offer as a hypothetical for the sake of testing. What was the accurate time of its original departure from the work world? Well, all the time is supposed to be based on London time, so I'm going to say 10:30. Interesting, very interesting. He pauses for a moment before writing your answer down. You wait patiently for several minutes, but the third question doesn't seem to be coming. The chief horologist's eyes have drifted close. A thin string of drool dribbles from his otherwise dry lips as he snores. Nudge the chief horologist gently. The fellow must be pushing 100. He wakes with a start. Of course. Oh, excuse me. He glances at your answers. Well, you seem to have the idea. No point going through other 248 questions. Congratulations! You're now officially a royal horologist. Apprentice, first class. He pauses. Speaking of which, I have an assignment for you. Temporal inconsistency. A suitable test for your practical skills. Take this pocket watch. In both your badge of office and your compass, pointing to the correct time. Wear it proudly. Keep it well wound. Do not get it wet. The small gears will quick to rust. Right. We now have work. Is he going to say something else if we are now royal horologists? No. Well, we've gotten a job, ladies and gentlemen. We are now a royal horologist. I don't know what that really means, but hey, let's go and request an appointment. Let's go and speak to public decency people. We need more ministry stamps to be able to go back to the Reach anyway. A new acquaintance, the congruous secretary gives you a brilliant smile. Well, that sounds entirely apostate. Take a seat, dear. She writes a note and inserts a pressurized delivery tube by her desk. 15 minutes later, the general auditor arrives, portly fellow with white, wispy mutton chops. Pleasure to meet you, my lady. Let's go into my office, shall we? He leads you through a labyrinthine corridor. A new bust of the Empress seems to wait around every corner. Right. Take tea with him, shall we? His office is pokey, its walls lined with leathered books. The clockwork sun glows in the window, rose gold in the smog. His window box holds a spray of decorative fungus. He sits behind his heavy, many-drawered desk. Well, what can we do for you today? What do you normally do? A mill makes grain, a factory makes, I don't know, socks and so forth. We, my lady, make Britishness. A priceless commodity here in the heavens. It must be cradled, nurtured, and nourished. Without it, we will lose ourselves. He looks out of his window, unsettled. We're very small, don't you see? And the sky is so very big. Right. What constitutes Britishness? What? Why? We do. In a consultation with the most impeccable source. He indicates a beautiful books on his shelves with a smile. Spencer, Tennyson, Blake. Blake. Good job. I'm not sure about Tennyson. Spencer? Blake. Yes, go Payne, you ask? Hardy? Mary Prince? No, he frowns. No, not them. Hardy's not too bad. But anyway. How does the ministry pursue its tasks? Okay. Firstly, with the truth, which is not, I must make clear, the same as facts. Facts can point at anything, but the truth is straightforward. It puts us on the right path. Secondly, by respecting and preserving our traditions. They are not quaint, they are not outmoded, they are tried and tested. After all, they brought us here, didn't they? Well, maybe. Alright, how do you do your job? Oh, wait, we did this bit. What do you consider an enemy? Yawn. Oh, the obvious, of course. Revolutionaries, rebels, strikers. The morally depraved, those who besmirch Her renewed Majesty's good name. God save her. He rubs his chin thoughtfully. But there are newer, more seditious dangers too. We stand for the vault of heaven, and we must defend our way of life from the entrapment of the new. A thing not more precious because it's strange. People forget that. Of course. Alright, well, return to business. Toodly-ho! He calls after you, and his attention back to a fresh manuscript on his desk. He tuts and takes out a pot of ink and a heavy pen. Right, deliver report reports to the General Auditor. Well, what do we have here? He listens intently, writing notes on a pad of paper. His comments are absolutely neutral. I see. Fascinating. Well. You notice your reports are filtered into separate files. Afterwards, he writes a requisition form for you. Just pop this into finance on your way out. They'll see to the needful, he says. Terribly grateful. Best keep this information to yourself, eh? Rest assured we are experts. We'll ensure it's handled sensitively. Right, we got 1 strength of the sun, 100 sovereigns, and 1 gratitude. We need more gratitudes to be able to get any of this stuff, I think. So more reports, I bet. But anyway, now that we have some money, let's have a look at the market, shall we? St. Dominic's augmentations. Right. Oh, so we have an assaying device now. Ooh. And better things. Way better things. And what about ships? How are the new ships? Oh, it's the same ships. So I think this one is new, the 9,500 one. To be honest, I am seriously considering going back to Albion, the Reach for a bit to finish off the rest of the prospects and stuff and finish off the stories there now that I've been here, because I feel like that a lot of this is going to be hard to handle for now and all that. But our bank does have the rest of the crockery we need, and we can always put these away. We're going to have to see about that. But whilst I make those decisions as to whether we're going to stay here or go back, but even if we want to go back, we can't yet because we need another stampy thingy-majiggy to be able to actually go back to, our previous location. I'm going to bid you adieu. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm kind of really glad that we didn't die, because that would have been really, really shitty. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I'm really, really enjoying Sunless, guys, if you haven't noticed. I hope you'll come back for more. But most of all, as always, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Mwah!